We are going to discuss the stuff we talked about, of course, about the industry, vaccinations, and those terms I gave. Plus, we're going to talk about gram-negative bacteria and the gram-positive bacteria, okay? Okay? Do we have any questions? No, not this. I can give you this if you want to. Okay, question?
You said those bacteria, gram-positive, gram-negative?
Yes. And what are we finished? We get through mitotic agents today. That will be on the test too. Okay? Now, last time we talked about some gram-positive bacteria. I think we talked about what? Mycobacteria. We talked about Clostridium botulinum. We talked about erysipelas. And what else? Was that it? Ulcerative enteritis. Okay? Now today, we're going to start off on some other gram-positive bacteria. And most of these are going to be treated with what? Penicillin, okay? The first one is gangrenous dermatitis. You remember when we look at some diseases caused by Clostridium, yeah, called what are Clostridium septicum called in malignant edema, right? And malignant edema occurs where? So the subcutaneous tissue in cattle and in horses, right? So there's a condition that's similar to that in chicken. And it's gangrenous dermatitis, what they call it. Gangrenous dermatitis. And just like when we look at this similar condition in horses, particularly and in cattle, it occurs primarily in the subcutaneous tissue, okay? The same thing is true here. Except most times we see it's Clostridium septicum, but it can also see it with staph species. Again, chickens and turkeys, primarily. This is one that where the chick's about 2 to 16 weeks of age. Again, these are for young animals, and so you see them in broilers market age. So you go to market age, you can see this condition in birds that come to slaughter. Just like Chauvia, where do you get black day from? Does it come from animal or from where? Soil. Same thing here. This is just like malignant edema in horses and cattle. So you get it from the soil for the most part. Okay? And this is a gram what? Okay? Now, just like malignant edema, when you think about malignant edema, particularly in horses and cattle, in the subcutaneous tissue, you're going to get necrosis, okay? Because you have what type of environment? Anaerobic environment, okay? So when the bacteria gets in there, oxygen tension is going to be low. They're going to proliferate. They produce toxins that's going to cause it kills everything it comes in contact with. And it's also going to produce gas. So there's emphysema, which is gas in the subcutaneous tissue, and necrosis and the hemorrhage. And hemorrhage is going to kill some of the blood vessels. And what happens when you kill blood vessels? What comes out? Blood. So when you look at these, based on what you're going to see is a lot of hemorrhage and necrosis, okay? Hemorrhage and necrosis. When you go to the poultry plant, sometimes you'll see this, and what do they call this in the poultry plant? Anybody remember? Anybody been, God, what's the name of it? Well, anyway, it's through the gram-positive, so you can treat with what? Penicillin or tetracycline, okay? So the etiology most of the time will be Clostridium septicus, but you can get it with staph, okay? If it were caused by staph, what is something you might consider the treatment if you know the etiology is staph and not Clostridium? Yes. What does staph have that, whenever you got a skin infection and you got staph, what is something you have to be cognizant of when you're treating it? What? MRSA, right? Which is what? Okay, so, right, so what, when you got that, what are some things you can use to treat it instead of penicillin? What? Now, first generation cephalosporin are a lot like what? Penicillin. Second generation cephalosporin are high, right? So, a lot of times when you talk about, when you get into small animal dogs and cats, when they have the skin on there, give it ceflexin, which is a second generation cephalosporin, or similar higher generation cephalosporin. The same thing with you, if you know it's staph, okay? See this is what you typically see. You see this chicken here, right, some hemorrhage, that's evidence of gangrenous dermatitis, okay? Now that's because most times they're sitting on an environment that's unsanitary, you get little projections up in there, and you'll get this hemorrhage and necrosis. Gangrenous dermatitis. Another one, see here? You wouldn't like that to come to your kitchen table, would you? You go to the grocery store and see this, I don't want this. Even though they say that if you cook it, you would kill it. I think I pass on this, okay? Okay? Okay. Remember we talked about staph can cause gangrenous dermatitis. But when I'm talking about staph here, I'm talking about one specific condition. And that's, okay? You see it in chickens, but if some of y'all deal with other species of wildlife, especially raptors, what do they use their feet for? Grabbing everything, right? They may grab prey, they grab branches, okay? So you see it in chickens and others. Again, this is one of those diseases that occurs in birds that are about market age. What? 4 to 6 weeks, okay? This is the time they go to market. So a lot of the diseases we've been talking about primarily affect broilers, so you see them when they come in for slaughter. Again, when we see this, sometimes it's soil, you get it from soil and a dirty environment. Now, if it's a raptor, sometimes you can see that just how they use their feet can often get injury associated, then it can be secondarily infective. Has anyone ever seen bumblefoot? What species is it? Citizen, anybody? A duck? Okay. So you see it across, you can see it in a number of them, but it can't be a problem in chicken. Okay. The biggest problem with this is going to be bumblefoot. And it's nothing but something that looks like a big abscess. Tetanus in chickens because they don't have what? The enzyme that define their neutrophils, their heterophils. So, but it's like a big abscess. You can find arthritis with it and inflammation of the umbilical cord, arthritis. But and we see an awful lot of the based on newborns, okay? But you, typically what you're looking at is bumblefoot. Okay? What type of drug is erythromycin? Anybody? What is it? It's a macrolide, okay? And what disease in horses specifically do we often use erythromycin with, treat with? What? In the lungs? Not strangles, but what's other? Not strep, what's other one? What's the big abscess in the lung? Rhodococcus, right. It's one of the things you use in rhodococcus. Erythromycin, which is a macrolide. Now, when I finished vet school about 10 years ago, when I finished vet school, I said that I would never, when I said the one thing I'd never do, I would never go back to school again. After 9 months working in poultry inspection, I decided, hey, school wasn't so bad after all. But at that time, when they killed chickens, they didn't use the feet. They just cut the feet off and sent them to the running plant. That's the network of poultry. But what you find, then it wasn't a problem. But now, you see this layer right here, here and here. This is where you got the abscess type process. It's filled with heterophyll, okay? And if you look at a foot, if you ever eaten chicken feet, all the meat is where? Right here, most of it. So these would be condemned either way, so it's taken on more significant now that feet has become a major part of poultry industry. So what do you gotta do to chicken foot? All you do is cut it off and wash it. They built a song back in the 60s that you say, shotgun, shoot before it runs. To the jerk now. Yeah, I saw this before, yeah. But you treat it for what? You play the vet game. It's most likely to be grandfather, so you don't know anything, so pill what we got here. This one is basically transmitted by everything, water, soil, feed, okay? Aerosol. Not like strep infection anywhere. But most of the times, you're gonna get, in addition to septicemia. What do we see in bacterial septicemia? You see parahepatitis, splenomegaly, hemorrhage. This, if you look at strep, they sort of look alike from one species to another. Again, back in years ago, there used to be a disease when I was a kid they called scarlet fever. Yeah, and it's caused by strep. And one of the things you see with it, that it did cause a valvular endocarditis. Just like you see in some other animal species, when you see a valvular endocarditis, one of the things you have to consider is strep, okay? And then you get the typical bacterial septicemia in chickens, pericarditis, perihepatitis, endocarditis, those are the same type thing. When you look at most things that are called valvular endocarditis, most of them are what? Gram positive. Whether it's strep or what? Erysipelas those are the ones that tend to cause the valvular endocarditis. And of course, this is a gram positive, so we treat it with what? Penicillin, what's another drug? Belongs to what family? Macrolide. That's what you see. Okay. Here's one of my favorite diseases, listeriosis. Listeriosis.
Chipotle.
Yeah, Chipotle had this too, I think. You go down the list, and I don't know what they're doing there, but if you're a bacteriologist, this place to work. That was the bluebell in Texas.
We're all stronger for it, okay?
Believe it or not, when you think of, if you're looking at disease in cattle, what do you think about when you think about listeriosis in cattle? CNS. So what type of signs? Okay. Ataxia, what's another name? Circling. Think about any type of CNS, so maybe ataxia and circling. And where the lesion located in the brain, what part? Brain, now, what else does it cause in cattle? What else besides, I gotta see this, what else organ will it affect? Liver, what's the lesion in liver? Hepatic necrosis. Okay? What else does it cause? There's another thing it will cause. No, we got CNS, we got liver, multiple hepatic necrosis associated with septicemia. What? Yeah, it could be passed in the middle. What else? Yeah, because it's one of the things that can cause food poisoning from pasteurized milk. Yeah, the heart. I guess I was thinking about, you can't get this in chicken, but it does cause abortions too, right? Abortions. It causes abortion. Now, except for the abortion, the same thing you see in cattle, you see in chicken, okay? Again, it's transmitted by soil and aerosol, but you look at it, incoordination paralysis. Incoordination paralysis is associated with a CNS lesion, okay? When you look at it, lesions in animals, you open up, there is massive myocardial necrosis. Now, this is a cattle, you get myocardial necrosis, but it's not massive, okay? There's encephalitis with microabscesses, just like you see with cattle. There's hepatic necrosis, just like you see with what? Cattle, okay? So, except for the abortion thing, which is a little hard for a chicken to do, most of these, it's gonna look like it would be if it was in a mammal, okay? Most of these leaves in chicken, what they look like in chickens are gonna be very similar to what you see in mammals, okay? Because most organisms tend to have a propensity to affect certain tissues, regardless of species for the most part. Treatment is chlorotetracycline, but what is another thing you treat this with? But this is a gram what? So what's the other thing you treat it with? Penicillin, right. Penicillin very effective in listeriosis, okay? Now, if I gave you a test question about treatment for listeriosis. It will have either chlorotetracycline or penicillin. It will not have both, okay? So there will be no trickeration on distance for a treatment concern, okay? Because it could be either one of them. And if you know either one of them, I will be happy. I will say, I have succeeded, okay? Sometimes when we give a test and students don't do well, you ever had tests like that?
Yes, sir.
When a large student class don't do well, we look at that spreadsheet, and I'm looking at the academy and I say, you know what? I have failed. You have done something. If you do it in class, everybody, you have failed, believe me. You didn't get your message across. Either you didn't test right, or you didn't teach right, or all it was.
We're all gonna be thinking this when we get our test back from Dr. Parra. We're gonna be thinking back to this moment.
Does everybody see these little dots in there? What would be a multi diagnosis? Severe multifocal necrotizing hepatitis or hepatonephrosis, okay? If you one of those people who buy chicken, everybody chicken livers, eat or something? Yeah.
That's some good eating.
How do you cook yours?
Fry, you gotta fry. That's a good way to cook it.
Yes.
Are they good balls?
So what?
Are they good balls?
I like them. Now, of course, you must realize that I started boiling them, but I started boiling them when I was a student, and well, I didn't know how to fry them, so I've been boiling them ever since. I boil everything, you know. Yes, I boil. Yes. Huh?
Put some salt in there with them?
I put a little seasoned salt and black pepper on them. Yeah. I'm you see this show they call Survival? Put me out there, I can survive, because everything I was born, you know? But no, I don't have, I'm not that fancy. I need water. Well, yes, they're around. And this is all, you will see massive, this is the only thing I know to give for a heart lesion like this, massive myocardial necrosis. That white lady, you buy liver, you buy hearts in the store, they shouldn't look white like this, okay? Might be tender when you eat them, but they shouldn't look this way. Okay? Any question about positive bacteria? Okay? And just review, almost all of them you can treat with what? Penicillin. Yeah. Erythromycin, but always all of them are pretty much the same. When you get a septicemia, they look like most bacteria, except to be parahepatitis, pericarditis, arteritis, pretty much the same as all of them. Now, there's something unique by each one of them, and those are the things you should know, okay? Now, when you get your quiz, I think there's a section where there are going to be things on treatment, okay? Treatment, okay? And treatment is some for gram-negative bacteria and gram-positive. Gram-negative, we talked about what? Sulfonamides for the salmonella. Much everything else was tetracycline. Yeah, and some of them, what was the, what do we treat with mycelitis specifically? What group of diseases? Mycoplasma, right? Even though it's gram-negative, you can treat them with tetracycline or mycelitis, okay? Next disease, we'll start, yes, question.
The quiz information will be today?
Yes, quiz stop there. Okay. And the test may be today, depending on how far we get, okay? Aspergillus fumigatus, you heard about this before. It is a mycotic agent. Even though when you think about mycotic agents, you think about something that's older than chicken, these are usually less than 6 weeks. They can't be as early as a few days of age, but they're usually very young, okay? And most of these are transmitted by aerosol. And that can be a problem, okay? That can be a problem. If you suspect you have this disease, whether it's clinically or once you start doing necropsy, it's like from the movie that says, Houston, we got a problem. If you see this, we got a problem. And why do we have a problem? Well, first of all, yes. Just like in most species, it's going to affect primary respiratory tract. So you see about this being difficult. Now, these can be very young, like in a brooder, 2 or 3 days of age, like 2 or 3 days of age, a little older, okay? If you have this lesion in most species, and we talk about, especially we talk about respiratory, you're gonna see granulomas in the lung. So it's gonna be basically respiratory tract. Granulomas in the lung. Now, but the difference between this and mammals, we just see granulomas, as opposed to birds. You got those areas in birds, chickens, turkeys, whatever. When the air sacs are exposed to plain air. And so when they're exposed to those, especially those thoracic air sacs, you're gonna grow mold instead of yeast. And what's the difference between a mold and a yeast? A yeast is how many cells? 1, whereas a mold is what? It's multicellular. And these things, when it's a mold, it can break off into the air. And as you inhale it, what will happen? You can inhale it and you will then get aspergillosis, okay? Typically you see it in air sacs, okay? Now, forget what I got here. What are some drugs that you would use? If you brought an animal and came in, you thought it had a fungal infection, what are some drugs you can use? What, ketoconazole? What? Alterospin, nystatin, griseofovin, there's a few of them you can use, okay? The problem is, if you ever try to treat a mycotic infection, they can be difficult to treat, okay? Now, I got here copper sulfate and microstat, and that's because if you got a flock problem, you got to treat what? A lot of birds at one time. They're usually gonna do it by feed. But these things can be difficult to treat. I can tell you right now, they are difficult to treat. Last year, when I think the first case when Dr. Rodriguez came down, the intern, we went down to look at what are these little white spots on their side? It looked like these. And we concluded, well, maybe we better put what? An inside mask, not a dust mask, but one of these. Because if you inhale these, even though if you got granulomas in the air site, there's some free mold running around somewhere. And so that's what they did. And later on we saw something like this. This look what? Moldy. See like here? No. What's these right here? What are those two pair of things down there? Right here. They are testicles. Right here. Right here. Okay. And when you see the moldy looking green fuzzy stuff here, when you see that, if you ever dealing with any type of avian and you see something like this, hurry up and get a mask on, or just throw the chicken away. Because this is something that you can inhale and become infected with. And trying to treat these in humans, like in birds, can be very difficult. This is what? Zoonotic. And this is the little turkey, and what he's supposed to be doing, supposed to be grasping for air. So that's it. And see how young it is? So that's why they sometimes call it brutal pneumonia, because you get it in brutal. This is, anybody know what tissue this is? The throat chicken. Lung. What do you think those raised areas are? Well, you know, morpholike diagnosis? Severe diffuse granulomatous pneumonia, right? I'm going to Winn-Dixon's on Sunday morning when they got all the patients out. Every time I see this slide every year, I get hungry. Like I do. Yeah. Yes. One or the other. They don't use them in combination. Because they use copper sulfate, they won't use microstatin. Yeah, put them in the feed, yeah. Okay? Okay? Have you seen this before, Candida albicans? Yes. Candidiasis, also known as thrush. The animal is usually semi-mature and transmitted in the feces. Sometimes you get the eggs contaminated, but most times it's in the feces. Yes?
I had this.
Oh, yeah. It's not, it's condition, you see in humans too. Humans. Yeah. Candida. Humans don't have to get it from animals. I guess you could say, but most times a lot of times it's associated with some type of immune suppression, either locally or systemic. Sometimes it can be local. A lot of times you see, a lot of times, this is one of the things that will cause vaginal infections in women sometimes. You know, of course you don't see that in chickens per se.
I had it in my esophagus.
Yeah. In chicken, it can be in the esophagus, and of course humans don't have a crop. That's where you see it there too. Okay. Now, the thing you see with it, most of the time see, in chicken, most of the time it's going to be in the crop, which is what? Outpouching of the esophagus. Okay? You get those proliferative type lesions and ulcers, so it's in the crop and the esophagus. Okay? Treatment, again, copper sulfate, but there are better drugs to use. We use copper sulfate in here because it's used a flock problem. Okay? Now, if you don't remember anything else, I mean anything else from the day, because this is going to show up on Navigate a few times from chicken, is that the differential for candidiasis is going to be pox virus. They will produce what looks like the same proliferative type lesion in the crop and esophagus. Vitamin A deficiency will do it. And also trichomonas, which is a what? Protozoa infection. know those four differentials, okay? There's a question, there'll be a question similar to this on your test, okay? But I want you to know difference, nothing else, know what difference. There are four things when you see proliferative type lesions in the crop and esophagus that you could consider. Candida, pox, vitamin A deficiency, and trichomonas. There was a group back in the 70s. Anybody remember? I ask this question every year, and everybody tell me, no, I never heard of this. But a group called Tony, Lando, and Don. Anybody remember that? Dawn, yeah, D-A-W-N. Anyway, they made this song. Does anybody in here know anybody named Candida? No, in all seriousness, if you look it up, if you look Candida, they will say it's a Spanish name, Candida. So they made this song back in 1970, and it was Candida. It was a big hit. And it was something like, Candida, from here, girl, is better. And I said, so in my heart. Yeah, it was not like.
We got 7 minutes. So you could.
And see, this is the crop. You see, this type of lesion you see. This is a proliferative type lesion in the crop. When you see this, think of 4 diseases. One of them, Candida, Poxvirus, vitamin A, trichomonas. They all can produce lesions similar to this. Okay? And this is a crop. This is, see the crop and the esophagus here? The same type lesion. This is what you see in birds, but if human have it, and we have some degree of similarity to this, depending on how severe it is. Okay? Like I said, you can see this in humans. It's often associated with Candida with some type of immunodeficiency, okay? And sometimes it can cause the infection in the vagina in women, and sometimes the pH is thrown off, so the local immunity is disrupted. So, but those are some things you see. Okay? This next one is Favus, which is basically ringworms of chicken, okay? And instead of being trichophyton canis, trichophyton in mammals, it's trichophyton gallinae, okay? Trichophyton gallinae. Any species of bird in age. This is like the typical ringworms of chickens, or avian. Just like ringworms in humans and other mammals, how they transmit it? Contact, okay? Contact. When you see this in chickens, it's gonna be in our areas they're exposed. Usually the comb and water. And they got a crusty type lesion. Just like you see, if I remember seeing ringworms in dogs and cats, similar type lesions, okay? Of course, you can treat it with any number of antifungal drugs, okay? And if you are treating this, if you got an individual chicken or turkey or something that comes to you with this, Well, you're not gonna use copper sulfate, you use something like, what? Resiofulvin, one of the zoles that you can treat this with. But in a herd situation, or flock situation, copper sulfate will be put down, okay?
Is that just because of cost or is it because
It because of cost and group benefits. Plus, if you're doing individual animals, it's easy, a few animals, it's easy to treat them for this locally. You put something on it, or even treat it with injections. A lot easier than if you got a problem in 10,000 chickens, okay? But it looks like this. See this crusty type stuff on the comb and wattle? That's Favors, caused by trichophyte and gallus. There's another one, sort of matches his color, doesn't it? Here. What do I got on the matching outfit? Okay. This is the last one of the day, so we're through with, this is the mycotoxin. Fungotoxin, most of this time is from aflatoxin. It's an aflatoxin. Again, ducks or varices up. Most of them anything else. Ducks or varices up is mycotoxin. You can see it in all ages, but the young are more susceptible. And you get this most times by the feed. Remember we talked about aflatoxins that cause damage to the liver last year and systemic past? Same type mycotoxin. And then most of them are aflatoxin. You get it from moldy feed most of the time, okay? And they break it down to certain toxins, most of them 1 and 2, but I'm not gonna ask you all that. Just know that it's a mycotoxin, that they use it in aflatoxin. And ducks are susceptible. Most of the stuff. Just remember that when you see this, you're going to see tumors and inflammation. It causes hepatic necrosis. Remember we talked about zone 1, zone 2, and 3? And if it's around long enough, you can get tumors, okay? In certain parts of the world, this is a real problem with human infection. So they get aflatoxin in the feed, okay? I know it was this is a real problem in Nigeria. A real problem with contamination of mycotoxin in the feed. So a lot of people there come down with hepatic tumors, okay? Not a very good treatment. The best thing you can do is remove the toxin. Did that bird just go up? A good time, so this is our last slide. So you're quit, you'll cover everything up to today. So you got, like I say, your test, your quiz is going to have at least 25 questions. There may be more, but there will be at least 25. We are probably not going to have a lecture, okay? Because it's going to be probably longer, but yeah. Okay? Are there any questions? I know time's up. Any questions?